eyes on 5, 5, 6, and my feelings are mixed. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the signs. 10, kiss me in the rain. 1, 2, 3, you're too blind to see. 4, 5, 6, 8, I'm taking the risk. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the line. 10, kiss me in the rain. Children, we're just children. Children, we're just children. Play with me, I'll play with you. I just want us to be true. Tell me that you love me too. Or just give me a clue. Give me a clue. We're just children. We're just children. Children, children. One, two, three, you put your eyes on me. 5, 5, 6, and my feelings are mixed. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the signs. 10, kiss me in the rain. 1, 2, 3, you're too blind to see. 4, 5, 6, 8, I'm taking the risk. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the line. 10, kiss me in the rain. Children, we're just children. Children, we're just children. Play with me, I'll play with you. I just want us to be true. Tell me that you love me too. Or just give me a clue.
Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. We have a Tier 1 race from Suzuka, one of the very best tracks that we have. We also have me, Tara, and one of the very best commentators we have back to the commentary box. It is Mr. Icewind. How are you doing, Icewind?
I'm doing great, thanks. I was supposed to be on track, but here I am in the commentary booth, so bit of a different evening for me. But yeah, good evening to all the viewers and to you as well. So yeah.
Yeah, we got 16 drivers out for this one at Suzuka, and we got some people who are coming back to the league. The most the fastest of which, I don't think it's controversial to say, is Mr. Yari, who's not out on track at the moment, but he won a couple of races earlier this season, stopped for a while, and now he is back, and it'll be very interesting to see what he can do. We also have who else do we have? Thetan as well in the Ferrari for this one. He's another Finnish boy. And we also have another Finnish boy, Galileo, who's returning, and we also have a crashed McLaren.
Yes.
What happened there? Oh, Exeter Dunlop. I just saw a glimpse of it there, going to Crystal's car.
Yeah, I think it just got like the outside grass there and just went around, and yeah, it's quite easy to do that there. So I did it yesterday actually. So yes, I have experience in that.
Yeah, very easy to do indeed. And we're going to keep an eye on the laps that people are doing. Adesi is out on mediums at the moment. He's usually...
pretty good.
Sorry, go on.
Pretty good sector time for him there. So I think that's the it's going to set a pretty good banker for everybody else.
Yeah, coming around the last corner, we're expecting probably a pole time in the low 28s. That is a 28.8 on mediums to start the session, which is very fast.
Yeah, that's pretty fast. I think there's like a half a second or something between the tires, or somewhere in the region of that. So that is definitely a very fast banker time on those tires.
Yeah, and we see Miloš Martika, aka Cursed, doing a 29.1. He's second at the moment, albeit on the soft tires, and Fox and Liikala both putting in times on the softs as well. We'll see what other people are doing. We've got Copy out on track. He's out on the soft, so Copy spins. That was the commentator's curse. Cut the camera to him, and around, unfortunately, he goes.
Yeah, a couple of words about Copy. I've seen Galileo actually takes the provisional pole there, but Copy been pretty fast in the practice sessions, but I think I've seen him spin once or twice there as well. So maybe I don't know. Maybe he hasn't quite got the setup right, or that's just maybe unlucky. We'll see in a bit, I guess.
Yeah, something like that.
Pit.
He's pitting. He's not going to finish that lap. Obviously, Danny's gone third on a 29.1 on the mediums. So that's good stuff from him. Makenda as well, out there in the Soul Alfa Romeo, because there's no Icewind, because he's here in the commentary box. Instead, Makenda doing a 29.3 on the mediums too.
And I think that actually sort of underlines the good lap Adesi did on those tires, because Danny is actually 2.5 tenths behind him, and Makenda another, 4.5 tenths. So yeah, very good lap by Adesi.
Yeah, very much agreed. We picked it out as a good lap, and certainly it is. Danny's normally right at the front of these races, certainly these days in SLR. Won 3 in a row earlier this season, and looking to get a 4th win on the board as well. But he's got some work to do, because Adesi seems to be very fast, and also Yari is out on his out lap at the moment as well. We'll look at him when it comes to his hot lap.
Yeah, I think the only guy out on hot lap right now is Tipsy Bobby. Is coming to sector 2, and he's about 6 tenths down from what Adesi set there on those mediums. So Tipsy, yeah, possibly looking somewhere in the region of Liikala. Let's see what he can do out of the final corner. And just a short dash to the line. Deer is open, and then 29.6 for Tipsy, so behind Liikala.
Yeah, so work to do for Tipsy. We don't have Ocean Chief for this race, unfortunately.
He was supposed to be here. I'm not sure where he is.
Yeah, I just noticed that he's not here, and it surprised me, because I thought he was racing. But no Chief today. He won the Tier 4 race earlier this week, but he's not going to win the Tier 1 race, unfortunately. Oh, Makenda improved as well, so he's up in P4 now.
Yeah, he's done another lap on those mediums, and guess heading into the pits now, and he should have just about enough time to do another 2 runs on the softs.
And Yari,
I don't think he would want to try on those again. Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought so. Yari on the mediums, he's doing his first lap at the moment. That was a dicey moment through the latter part of the S's. And through the Degners he goes.
And he lifts clearly, I think.
Yeah,
so
he's
decided that's not worth it. He was only a 10th down from Adesi's sector time though, so that was still horrible in sector 1.
Yeah, with that mistake, the mistake was more than a 10th, I'm sure.
Yep.
But we got, I think the yellows usually are just for cars letting other cars past. We can have a look at Alexander.
Yep.
Who's going through Spoon at the moment. We've seen Alexander struggle a little bit without the racing line, and he runs off the track on the exit of Spoon there, but seems to be okay.
Yeah, didn't get invalidated, and it's a pretty good split actually. Danny actually now sets a 28.6 on those mediums, so he's done a third lap on them and really hooked that one up. Wow.
Yeah, very good stuff from Danny as Alexander goes to the line and crosses the line into the 29.1, excuse me, on the mediums, which is pretty good.
Yeah, on the softs, but yeah, it's
on the
decent
softs, yeah,
lap for
sorry.
him. Yep.
Apologies, by the way, to those watching. We got a slight camera issue here, which is that the annoying bug that I thought I'd fixed is back, where if I hit the TV pod camera, this happens, and we look out of the left-hand side of the guy. I did it again to get us pointing the right way, and then at some point the camera will switch. So we'll try and figure this out as we go.
So it looks to the left, or what's the issue? I can't really see it right now, but
Yeah. So literally, it looks out of the left-hand side of the car as though you're holding the look left button.
so
Which,
you don't have your controller or something connected or whatever, but it's the only thing
yeah,
I can really
mean,
think of.
because like the wheel's not connected at the moment, so it's just my controller.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know, unless it's like one of the sticks that's. No, it's not that. Okay, well, I don't know.
Oh well, we'll make do, I guess.
Yeah, that's the best we can do. Who's out on track at the moment? Lots of people out on track on softs.
Yeah, Crystal's coming up to the second sector split here. He doesn't have a time yet, and it's in 11.9, so that's pretty competitive from him. He should be able to threaten the top trio here, I think.
Yeah, we'll see what this is through the last couple of corners. Crystal's doing very well with no assists. He's been a long-time assist driver. He's going to cross the line. Very good lap from Crystal. 28.5 on the softs.
Yeah, that's great. So and Hidesi actually beats that straight away with a 28.3 behind him. But good stuff from both of the their teammates actually. So
yep,
from the Aston Martin guys, yeah.
Good evening, Mr. Timo in chat. Good luck with your enduro. And try not to fall asleep on the oval.
What is Timo driving today?
He's driving an LMP2 at Daytona.
Oh.
So
okay.
That should be a fun time. I don't know if it's is it one of the 6-hour races? I actually don't know. I suspect it is, but I don't know.
I can imagine that's gonna be a bit of a struggle. It's a very fast car, so.
Yep, it certainly is.
Gotta have focus all the time.
Yeah, Timo's a fast driver these days. So
yeah,
he's along.
What
with
do you mean these days?
Well, he wasn't always a fast driver, but he's certainly become one. And,
yeah, he was pretty good last season or the season before, whenever it was that he actually drove last in F1 as well. So.
Yep, he was.
Anyway, back to this session as well. Lee Kala improving in sector 2 by 3.5 tenths, so he should could possibly jump up to P5 here if he got the final corner right, and he does. So 28.9 for him as well.
Yep, another one in the 28s. So we got how many fins? Is that 3 fins in the top 5 at the moment?
Yeah, that's correct.
There's Leo Likala.
I would expect McKender to be able to jump there as well. Kind of awkward timing for him though, because he's starting his hot lap now, and will he have enough time to do this lap and box for another set of softs? I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, so he's got 3. Yeah, probably. It's close though.
And Yari's invalidated again, so it's not going great for him at the moment, but he still has time to box for another set of softs possibly and go for those, or then just go for another lap on those mediums as well.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going for the old last to first here. It wouldn't necessarily shock me. He's certainly the fastest driver, I think, in the field in terms of overall pace.
McKender 8 tenths down in sector 1, so this isn't gonna be a flyer for him.
Yeah, he's it's just like because he's using some battery, but I don't know what's going on with McKender.
Yeah, and Ocean Chief joins the session, so maybe we'll actually get a 17th driver on the grid.
Timo says, I sold the house plus car betting on Miloš. Do you think I made a mistake, guys? No, I think that's a surefire bet. Miloš on track at the moment. He's about to do his qualifying lap, which will be, I think, a 27.1. So we'll we'll follow this as he goes.
I wonder if McKender is gonna pit. Yeah, he's gonna pit. Yeah, okay. So
Yeah, making sure he gets the lap in.
yeah. Copy also pits. And Ocean Chief is in the car now. So yeah, that's great. We get the Chief on track.
Yeah, that's always what we like to see. As Miloš starts his lap. Once again, the number 1 2S cursed fan. Yep, absolutely. Welcome, Vito. We should have a good time here today. We'll see how much racing we actually get. Hopefully it's some.
Yeah, we didn't have a safety car yesterday in Tier 2. There was only one
Really?
retirement as well, I think, so that was a bit of a surprise.
That's the first race, I think, in a few weeks where we've not had a safety car. That's good.
Yeah.
I missed what Miloš's first split was, but it seemed like
It was 3/100ths of a second up.
Okay. It seemed like it was reasonably neat and tidy, and he's gotten decent traction out of the hairpin as well, so about to come into Spoon. We'll follow other people as we see them start hot laps. Through Spoon goes...
Miloš,
Oh! That's not the line. No, that's not where the track is. Oh, he saved it just. But that's ruined this lap,
I
unfortunately.
was sure he's gonna go into the wall there.
Yeah, me too.
But no. And turns off his ERS. I think he's not gonna finish this lap. He might still have just about time to pit and go out again.
Galileo in the S's just as I switched the camera to him. He's gone around, unfortunately, so Galileo is rejoining back on track. Crystal's on a lap as well. He's 600ths up, his Crystals, so good stuff from Fedevara. He's trying to consolidate his P2. Just to check, yeah, we've got a couple of drivers up there, and Danny doesn't look like he's going out again, so Danny wants to start on those mediums by the looks of it. And also Makenda, well, Makenda is on an out lap. He's P8 now because Fox has gone P4. Good lap from Fox, 28.6.
Yeah, Fox really enjoys his time around Suzuka, so not a surprise to see that.
Mm-hmm.
And Crystals is 6/100ths of a second up in this Sector 2 split, so he might be able to improve, but I don't think it's going to be enough for Adesi.
Yeah, we'll keep... Oh, good grief. This camera, though. Through the last corner. And Crystals does improve, but just barely. 800ths of a second, so 28.4 for Crystals, which is an extremely good lap. But that's going to be it. And yeah, Yari's not going out. So I think he's going to be starting at the back and seeing if he can win the race from there.
Yeah, Crystal solidifying his P2. Let's see who is actually... Nobody really on a lap right now, but I think Makender is about to start one here.
Yeah, Alexander's on one as well. He's 200ths down in the first sector, going through Spoon at the moment. Got a decent exit this time, so this might be a good lap from Alexander. In the Red Bull, the Red Bull's having a good showing so far. Yeah, it's nearly half a second up for Alexander, so he might well be up near where Danny and Fox are with this qualifying lap. And he wasn't the best line on the way into the chicane, but he made it work. Through the last corner he goes, and it is a really good lap from Alexander. P3 with a 28.5.
Oh, indeed. Makender 2/10ths up into Sector 1 as well, which is kind of expected, I think. And Adesi, first guy below the 128, so 27.9.
27.9 from Adesi. That's it's going to be difficult for anyone else to beat. Danny is on an out lap at the moment, and Makenda on a hot lap. We're following him through Spoon at the moment as he does hit the apex quite nicely there. That was very neat and tidy. Didn't use all the road on the exit, so maybe could have carried more speed, but it looked okay. And down the back straight towards 130R, gets a little tiny bit of slipstream from Yari, who does look like he is going to do a lap here, Yari. And did I see that right? 0.6 up Makenda.
Yes.
Which means that he is somewhere near Crystals. Here, if he nails the last couple of corners, through he goes.
Looks tidy. Yep, P2 it is.
P2 for Makenda, so a very good lap from him. Now, let's have a look, see what Yari can do. We'll keep an eye on other people as they cross the line. We'll go on board with Yari for at least the first sector, because Yari driving the S's should be pretty spectacular on these soft tyres into turn 2. Absolutely inch perfect through there. Using the curb on the entry to 3, gets the curb as well on the entry to 4. That's just so neat and tidy. Just washes a little wide there. Maybe could have hooked it in slightly to the apex, but who am I to critique? A little bit wobbly on the exit as well, on the exit of Dunlop. But the first sector is a 31.8. How does that compare?
31.8. That's crazy. That's very
Okay.
fast. Let's say it like that.
Oh
so
yeah,
that's 2 tenths up on a Desi.
Okay. So into the hairpin goes Yari, hooks it in very nicely indeed. And gets the exit as well. Straight lines across the curb. No one else improving at the moment. I'll keep an eye on Danny, who I think is still on a lap.
Yeah, I'm just trying to check here. Danny also 2 tenths up on his time, but he's 2 tenths down on Yari in sector 1.
Just like everybody else, 2 tenths down on
Yep.
Yari. So he crosses the sector 2 beam at 11.3,
Wow.
and McKenda's I think was an 11.7. So I think this is probably going to be pole for Yari if he at least doesn't do something too bad in the last couple of corners. Absolutely inch perfect across the curbs again. It looked absolutely brilliant, and it's going to be a 27.763 for Yari, pole position by quite some distance.
And Danny has lifted, so he's not going to complete this lap on the soft. So I think we have our grid here.
Yep, I think we do as well, unless McKenda is on one, which he's not. He's on a cooldown lap. So it's Yari from Adesi from McKenda. And Danny starting down in P7, but on the medium tyres. So it'll be interesting. We missed Copy doing a 28.3 as well. Really good lap from Copy.
Yep, and Justin also setting a 28.7 there on his final attempt. Only good enough for P9 though. So yeah, it's a close field today. Well, I don't know. Let's see the gaps. I think they're actually quite big.
Well, I think certainly at the front they're quite big. I think P3
27.7 that is.
Yeah. P3 is some distance away. Half a second McKenda off Yari, but that's no disgrace at all because Yari is incredibly fast. So
yeah, and from 3rd to 10th we have about half a second, so it's closer there. But yeah, definitely the top 2 in their own league at this point anyway. And Danny, the only guy setting his time on the medium tire.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Danny can do from that, because the medium soft is a good strategy. It's a good enough strategy, certainly, to make up some places during the race.
Yeah, it definitely is, but you have to make the overcut work. But which I think is actually doable here. That's what people tell me anyway. That the mediums do tend to last quite well, even though you get some percentage on them, so that they're still pretty fast at the end. So let's see. I don't know. My only, let's say my own problem was making the softs work. So it's going to be interesting to see if Danny can actually, make his way through people in his final stint on the softs.
Yeah, I guess with the softs as well, you have to actually overtake, and overtaking here is very difficult. Certainly, I mean, there's one DRS straight, and if you get a DRS train, then it just becomes it becomes very difficult indeed.
Yeah, and then the softs also overheat very easily, at least on my driving style, where I tend to lean on the fronts quite a bit more than I probably should, but definitely I think some people are gonna struggle with that on the soft tire today.
So we get ready then, because this is going to be a fun one. Danny in P7, but the guys up front seem to be extremely fast.
Yeah, I think that's sort of the question of the day. Can Yari and Adesi maybe run away from the field here? But I would expect McKender Copy to be able to follow them.
And Danny has been a little bit over exuberant there. So back around he goes on the medium
we saw
tires.
this a few times in the tier 2 formation lap as well. I think there were about 4 people who spun off. So
yeah, well, hopefully nobody else, and hopefully he hasn't cooked the tires too much. He should be fine though.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to warm up the tires, as you say, but but generally I wouldn't say it's a problem on this track.
Yeah, especially with the
in
mediums.
this game.
Yeah. The mediums lasting a long time. And they don't drop off really either.
A couple of guys actually choosing to start on the softs outside top them, so Kirst and Theton on soft tires in P12 and P15. So
Yeah,
a little bit of different
like
strategy
that.
there.
Yeah, I quite like that. I think just because you're going with the like if Kursk, for example, can get past Likala and hang on to the back of the lead group, then I think he's in quite a good situation. He can decide to undercut or anything like that. He doesn't have to make overtakes in the second half of the race.
Oh my God! Somebody has just gone completely off the track. Whatever happened there? So Fox is way off the track. I think he had to take evasive action because the guys slowed down surprisingly in front of them. But yeah, that was.
That makes sense.
Oh,
no!
The final chicane.
Oh dear. So Fox. Oh, and another crash as well. Who was that? That was Tipsy Bob being disqualified, and whoever he hit probably will be disqualified as well, or whoever hit him. Although maybe not.
What is going on?
I have no idea, but certainly somebody pit maneuvering somebody else. I didn't catch who.
Only Tipsy got disqualified though, so that's a bit of a strange one. But anyway, I think we're just about ready to go.
Yep, looks like it. We're going to get underway here at Suzuka. We have the predicted pit stop strategy, both of which are completely wrong from the F1 game. We're going to be soft medium across the field for this one. As we look from hopefully a good camera angle. Here we go, here's a good camera angle. We have 4 lights, we have 5 lights, and away we go. And not getting away at all is Kirst. What on earth happened there? We didn't see. Oh, a jump start, that was what happened. So he did get away, but too early. And into the first couple of corners go everyone. And oh, a little bit of contact there between Danny as Fox. It looks like he's gone around. And he has gone around in turn 2.
Yeah, there was some sort of contact where Fox just flew into the wall, but his wing seems to be intact, surprisingly. So let's see, he's back on track.
As through the first few corners they go, Yari with a little bit of a lead in Sector 1. We have Fox, I think, who's struggling to recover. And yeah, Yari with a pretty big lead already, 7/10 of a second. If he can stretch that out to a second before the DRS, then he'll be in very good shape indeed. Alexander all over the back of Copy here through the hairpin.
Yep, no real other position changes here except maybe at the back there with those crashes, but the front was pretty nicely. Alexander up 1 position and Crystal's down 1.
Yep, as through Spoon they go, and a little bit of a train forming behind Copy at the front 4 stretching out, but everyone else kind of in the positions they were in, with the exception of Alexander and Crystals. And into the final chicane everyone goes, braking nice and late, and we expect this sort of race to settle down for a little while here. Yari does the fastest lap, which comes as no surprise to anyone. But
he's almost the second clear already. He is actually.
Yeah, he is. So I wonder if he's going to be, and Adesi is. Yeah, they're both burning through that battery. So lots of battery being used. Copy ahead of Alexander, and Alexander once again all over the back of that Williams.
Yeah, Copy made a bit of a mistake in turn 1 here, ran wide onto the exit curb there and lost some time there, so he's not quite on the back of McKender right now.
Through Dunlop for the second time. DRS at the end of this lap, as Thor has made a stop. I'll put tyres back on. He'll go on to the mediums. He obviously had some sort of lap 1 incident, and Kirst has a drive-through, I believe, for jumping the start.
Yeah, I think Thor hit Kirst at the, on the grid there, so I really don't know what happened there, because Kirst has somehow got a jump start as well, so that's, I don't know, a really strange start from Kirst there, maybe some technical issue or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Because, yeah, he didn't get away at all, like he stopped.
Yeah.
So whether he jumped and then stopped, or whether there was some sort of weird technical thing happening, I don't know. But in the meantime, Copy has actually lost DRS here, which is very bad news for him, because he's got an angry Red Bull swarming all over the back of him in the shape of Alexander, who I think is going to at least have a little bit of a look here. Oh, it's not a sensible one. He does scare Copy off the apex a little bit, but nothing doing otherwise, as Yari once again does the fastest lap of the race.
And this is costing more time for these guys, like wobbling here. Copy just decided to use some battery to defend here, so Alexander can't do anything about it on this lap. And onward they go, but they're still outside that 1 second window to McKender.
Yeah, and Danny has also lost DRS on the medium tyres.
And Danny has managed to overtake Crystals though somewhere, so he's up to P6.
Yeah, I missed that. Sorry. Yeah, so that's what's happened there. He's out of DRS because he overtook, and now he needs to try and get to the. Well, there's a little bit of a moment there out of Dunlop, but he is back in range now. Is Danny? So those medium tyres obviously working just fine at the beginning of this race.
Yeah, I think there's really not that much difference between when Seaton gets a 30-second penalty already. So at least one Finn is following my tradition. But
yeah, and
well, I don't know. I haven't really got that many penalties this season, I suppose. But
no, you've done all right. You've done all right. But yeah,
Yeah.
Thetan lost a place there as well to Lviv Hasole, who's coming through from the back.
yeah, Kirst, I think served this drive-through, so he's 16 seconds behind Ocean Chief in P15. So Kirst, Fox, and Thor all the way at the back of the field, basically waiting for a safety car at this point.
Yep, as you mentioned, we didn't have one in Tier 2 yesterday, so
Nope.
maybe it's possible to get through this race without a safety car, but Kirsten, Fox and Thor will be hoping not, as Alexander didn't see what happened there in the chicane, but it seems like he made a complete mess of the chicane, which means he's not going to overtake Copy this lap.
Yeah, I think he just brake too late there.
Well, he's run out of battery as well as Alexander, so does need a good run on that Williams if he's going to overtake now.
And this works for the two Finns ahead, though, because these guys are just fighting here. So McKender and Adesi going for it, and they're actually catching Yari a little bit now.
Yeah, I wonder if Yari's in some tyre temp trouble. Oh, Alexander, my goodness. A big moment on the exit of Dunlop. He caught the inside curve, and very often that's death, but he caught it. So he lives to fight another
Alexander
day.
do it in practice a couple of times as well, so Dunlop may be one of the challenging corners for him.
Yeah, it's a challenging corner for most of us.
Yeah, true. Definitely.
And yeah, as you mentioned, Yari out of battery.
Yeah.
And being reeled in at the moment by Adesi, so maybe Yari not going to have it all his own way, and we've I think lost Thor once again as he destroys a
Fox,
couple of
actually.
hoardings. Oh, sorry, yeah, Fox. I meant to say. He
Yeah,
destroys
he's
a couple of
lost
hoardings.
at
Oh,
the
we've
end of
lost
this.
Alexander. Alexander's crashed, and I assume that's going to be a safety
course.
car, and it is. So we made it 4 laps until Alexander, a little bit too exuberant to get past Copy, and into the wall on the exit of Spoon. I assume he just got a little bit throttle happy on exit. And,
Yari
hit
pits.
the wall. Yari pits, yeah. Medium tyres, I assume, going on everyone here. I can't fix this camera, unfortunately, so we'll have to wait and see exactly what people do.
This is not great for Danny, I suppose. Adesi actually goes on hard, so,
And so does
Yari.
Yari, and McKender goes on mediums. Interesting.
Yeah, I have to say I don't know well enough if are the mediums gonna go to the end from here. I would say so, but they're not probably gonna be great at the end there.
Copy on the
the
mediums
hards-
as well.
Yeah, the hards I think are not as bad as some people would think. They at least do not overheat. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what's the difference between those two tires here.
Yeah.
We have a split of strategies now. Yari and Adesi on hards and everybody else on mediums, basically.
Yeah, and
Ocean Chief up to P3.
that was the other thing as well about starting on the softs early on, is that if there is an early safety car, you're not beholden to go to the hards. You can go to the mediums instead if you want to. And Danny and Ocean Chief both in that position. They've stayed out. So is Justin, which is a curious decision. Maybe hoping for another safety car.
Truck position is of course important, but these guys are gonna drop quite far back when they do pit, and maybe of course there's a chance of another safety car, of course. So let's see. I think the other tiers had quite a few safety cars. It was just a tier 2 race that didn't really have one.
Yeah, it's not an easy track, Suzuka. Particularly if you're not used to running without assists. There's a few drivers here who are in that category. Alexander, one of them.
Yeah, where did he actually crash? Because I kind of missed. Was it Spoon?
It was exit of Spoon, yeah.
Okay.
So I assume he just got on the grass or whatever and overdid the throttle.
Yep, easy to do. And it's a bit of a breather now. So pretty much everybody else except the front 3, and I think Thor didn't pit either because he's already on those mediums. So,
And yeah, we have 16 drivers left. We'll have, I think, one more lap behind the safety car, and nobody from the top 3 decides to pit. So it's an interesting strategy from Justin, staying out on those softs. They do have a good few laps in them, the softs, around here. I think you can go about half the race without changing tyres.
Yeah, I think you can do like 15 laps, I think, with some sort of performance in them at least.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I think they're not going to be great, but yeah.
And yeah, the hards.
Yeah.
The hards are an interesting choice. I think it's going to be difficult in the first few laps, at least for Yari and Adesi to hold their ground. And also, of course, they've got to get past these guys in front because Chief's tyres aren't going to be that good. Justin's going to struggle, I think, on the softs as well. And Danny, I think, will probably sprint away from the front two, but certainly he's not going to be lightning quick compared to the rest of the field that has fresh mediums on instead of 5-lap-old mediums. So be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, let's see how they clear the traffic. The fast boys like Yari, Adesi, McKendrick, Hoppy.
Yeah.
Behind. So yeah, just trying to see like sort of what else can we pick up here. So yeah, Galileo and Legal and P9 and 10, but yeah, I guess we'll just wait and see what happens. I think Fox also, by the way, pitted again, so that's.
Oh, was that who was that hitting? Was that somebody hitting the wall? I think it might have been Crystals. Did he take? Did he take damage there? It doesn't look like it. Might have got away with it. I think he got a little bit.
I completely missed it.
A little bit throttle happy on the exit of the hairpin. So he hit the wall on the left. I only caught a glimpse of it. I think it was Crystals. I'm not 100% sure.
The wing at least looks intact.
Yeah.
I've noticed sort of a trend in this game that when somebody gets damage, you don't always see it, or quite often actually you don't see it. So I don't know. Let's hope he didn't pick up anything there. And are we going to go for another lap?
Yeah, because Fox isn't on the back. So yeah, I think we are going to go for another lap.
Yeah, I guess the safety car can't come in right now.
Yeah.
So it's another lap.
Which I think is, I don't know who that's good. Oh yeah, he did take damage, Crystals, because he's in the pits now.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, camera. Oh, wow. How does that work? I switched to another car and it gives me the proper camera for Crystal's car. Who even knows?
I don't know, Codemasters moment, I suppose. Crystal picks up another set of mediums, gets a swing change, but he's at the back of the field now. So. Yep.
So Crystal's at the back, and we got the La Vie Fasole fan club in chat as well. Welcome, Casper.
Yep. Lavi's got some work to do to get some points here today, but let's see. He's also on the hard tires, so there are like 3 guys on the hard tires. I'm really interested to see how those work out, because in my own testing, they were not as bad as you would think as a race tire. But let's see, how do they actually compare with the actually fast boys?
Yeah, I think the extra safety car lap is probably good news for the medium runners. Certainly the people who put mediums on fresh, because it just allows them to eke out those tires a little bit more. But yeah, the hards, especially from the back of the field, the hards might be a good choice, just to do something a little bit different and maybe have an advantage towards the end of the race of some description, depending on when the next safety car is.
Yep. So you're sort of expecting another one. Yeah, I guess that's quite likely if you look back at the season. But
yeah, I'm expecting another one. We'll have to wait and see. And there's plenty of things to hit around Suzuka, so
yeah.
I suppose so. I think it's fairly likely.
And we're ready to go. Safety car in this lap.
Yeah, and Yari, are we going to get a camera? There we go. Yari on those hard tyres, trying to warm them up as much as he can. Very aggressively warming them. He's behind Chief. And the Finnish fan club is in force as well. Meepo in chat. Welcome to Meepo, and Chief is fast asleep on the restart. What is Chief doing? Went for his cocoa a little bit early this evening as Yari comes up alongside, and I think he's going to make his way past very easily here into turn 1. Danny and Justin some way up the road, and Adesi is not going to get past Chief, and that is very bad news for Adesi because Yari has managed to make some. Well, he's going to make some distance here between the two of them.
Yeah, definitely. So Chief was completely fallen asleep there at the restart and lost like almost 1.5 seconds straight away up front, and now he's under pressure from the Finnish boys.
And Adesi and Makenda, both of them, all over the back, and Makenda very close to the back there of Adesi.
Yeah, for a moment I thought he was going to go for it into Decker 1, but that would have been suicide, I guess.
Oh, and it's such a train as Adesi, having a good look up the inside and shoves his way past, which he kind of had to do. And so Chief is picked off by Adesi. Makenda's going to try and follow his way through as well, and I think he's going to manage it. Unless he runs out of road on the exit of 200R. It's not advisable, but they both make it through. But in the meantime, 2.2 seconds now between Yari and Adesi, and that is a big advantage.
Yeah, definitely. So all of that was lost basically behind Chief there because of that sloppy restart where Yari managed to get past. Makenda is actually putting Adesi under pressure here. Is he going to try and something into the last chicane? No, he quite doesn't manage that.
Decides not to.
And there's McLaren side by side with who is that? Liikala and
Galileo, yeah.
So another Finnish duo battling at the back there.
And Tipsy as well, trying to get in on the act here too. Trying to push Liikala down the outside of the back straight. And is there room for Galileo? Tipsy, very good, very courteous on the inside. Was there contact there between Tipsy and Galileo? It looked like there might have been.
No, Galileo just caught the inside curb into the first corner and just lost it a little bit on sliding, but he managed to catch it though. Well done. Because I was sure he's going to spin there.
Yeah, that's a good save in that case. We have yellows at Sector 1. That is Thor, who's lost it in the S's. There he is recovering. In the meantime, Makenda has passed Adesi.
Yeah, somewhere he did that. I completely missed it as well. I just noticed at the same time. Copy is still stuck behind Ocean Chief. This is not good for Copy.
Yeah, Copy's got a little bit of work to do to get back onto the rear wing of Adesi. And yeah, those hards rather look like they're struggling a little bit. Yari is all over the back of Justin, but
he's gonna go round the outside, I think, into 130R, and I think this is a done deal for Yari. Yeah, Justin doesn't really fight it, so.
Yeah, fair enough.
So Yari up to P2.
But Adesi struggling to stay with Makenda here as well. DRS will be enabled at the end of this lap, but that means there's no DRS until the following lap. There's only one activation point here.
Copy is still stuck behind Chief. It's not good for Copy's race. He's going to deploy everything here on the main straight now, and I think... Yeah, he's got him on the inside, so much overspeed on Chief that Chief can't do really anything about it. That's a little bit of contact between them, but both of them get away with it, so... Copy up to P6.
Yep, and Crystal's, I think, passing La Vifa Sole there as well. So the Italian driver passing the driver with the Italian name.
Yep.
That's a P14.
Yeah, and Crystal's all over the back of Curse there, but no way
past. Oh, and a big crash! That's Fox! Into the wall on the inside of Dunlop, and we know what that means, folks. We know what that means. We have a safety car. We lasted 2 and a bit laps. And Fox into the wall. That's both Red Bulls out of the race in the first 10 laps. And we are down another one.
Anything at this point. Like, come on.
Oh, and what happened there? Cursed, like, right on the apex of the hairpin, just basically stopped, and Crystals did very well not to run into the back of him.
Could have been Delta, maybe. So.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it almost certainly will have been.
And what does this do for the strategy now? I think...
well, Danny's going to pit, that's for sure.
Yeah, Danny's going to pit, but is he going to pit for the for the hards or the softs at this point?
Yeah, it's a good question. We'll see what he does. He certainly doesn't pit. No, I guess, I mean, there's likely to be another safety car, to be completely honest, so it might be the right thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, this is back to the whole, 2 laps of racing, 4 laps of safety car, so...
yeah, well, I mean, it's what we signed up for, so...
yeah.
It's the way it is.
Did we? But I don't know. It's I'm really not a fan of that, but that's... It is what it is, I guess, at this point.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to be done about it. It's
Nope.
it's what the drivers have chosen apparently, so we will continue with it.
I'm quite surprised Ocean Chief, for example, didn't pit there because he.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
have definitely done at this point.
I would have pitted as well if I were him. And Chief's pretty good on tires, so he could certainly have made the softs last to the end, I think.
He could have got them to the end easily, I think. So I definitely would have pitted there if I was Chief, but he chose not to, like Danny as well. So they're basically betting on another safety car, which, as you said, is probably quite likely at this point. So
yeah, well, there'll be what, 14 laps or thereabouts after the safety car comes in.
Sort of not sure if I'm more more irritated at the safety cars here in the commentary booth or in the behind the wheel, because yeah, I don't know if somebody watched my stream back in Singapore, I was swearing quite a bit after the third safety car we got, so, or was it fourth even? But anyway.
Yeah. No, it's infuriating. I did those Austria races and then haven't raced again since, and that's not a whole. Well, I mean, not all of it is coincidence, because yeah, every race seems to be safety cars at the moment. But you know, it's what we, like I said, that's what we signed up for. That's what SLR seemed to agree was the best thing to do. So here we are.
Yeah, and of course, the only race this week that doesn't get a safety car is the one where I get basically taken out on lap 5, and I would really need one, and I didn't get one. So
yeah,
you know what it is. Anyway, Justin dropped down to P11, and he's now on those fresh mediums. So let's see what he can do on those.
Yeah, and the problem for Justin, I mean, again, on any other track, I think he'd be in a very good position. Here, though,
yeah,
it's very difficult to overtake at Suzuka, especially with not much of a tyre advantage, which Justin has a little bit of a tyre advantage, but 4 extra laps on the mediums is not a whole lot of lap time, maybe a couple of tenths. So we'll see if Justin can make any headway. He's going to have to.
Yeah, I guess it only really depends if the field spreads out at all, and somebody drops out of DRS, then they're of course easy pickings.
Yeah.
On the main straight, but if they do stay sort of within the 1 second window, it's really difficult to overtake anybody from behind. So.
Yeah, it is. So it's going to be, by the looks of it, 15 laps from here to the end of the race. And yeah, Danny and Chief, they really are banking on that safety car to be making another appearance in this race, because Danny will have to do a green flag pit stop otherwise.
Yeah. So how many laps do we race now to make a bet?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with another 3. We'll see. That's an optimistic bet.
4. Let's say 4.
Okay.
It's gotta be another 2, right? But
oh, why did a Desi pit? Yeah, we missed the fact that a Desi pitted. He pitted for fresh mediums.
When did he do that? Did he do?
I don't know if he did an extra lap, but certainly he has pitted. So he wants the fresh tires, unless there was contact or something. He got a little bit of damage. I don't know. That's possible.
I would have expected him to drop behind everybody though. So that's something I completely missed. Yeah.
Yeah, I was seeing Meepo's message in chat, so Meepo caught it. I didn't.
He definitely wanted to get rid of those hards at least, because now he has a medium tire, and we got the safety car in this lap.
Yeah, we certainly do, and Yari is going to be chomping at the bit here to try and take the lead, I think, into turn 1. And it's Danny's job to try and stop him from doing that and get as good a run as he possibly can. Oh, that might not be good enough, though. Danny immediately going defensive, knows he's in trouble here. Yari going to be all over the back of the Ferrari into turn 1. A little bit of slipstream, not quite enough, though, as they head into the first corner. Danny going a little bit defensive and keeps the position, at least for now. And what else is happening?
Tried on Ocean Chief, but couldn't quite make it stick. So pretty much status quo on the train here.
Yep, everyone making it through the first few corners by the looks of it. Tipsy also all over the back of Lee Kala.
Yeah, Chief is really struggling on those mediums in P5.
Yeah, he's already nearly a second and a half off the back of Copy. Copy is a fast boy.
Car doesn't have a driver for me, but you know, it's a bug.
It's oh, what's happened? Yeah, that's such a check up at the hairpin, and Desi diving up the inside. I think of Justin. I missed that, and now he's all over the back of Crystals.
Yeah, I wonder. Desi, for a moment, I thought he might go for go into spoon there, but not quite.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a sensible one. Crystals doesn't use battery on the... Oh, he had to lift there, I think, at Desi, but does manage to get past. His teammate deciding not to fight him.
Yeah, this is the real Chief train behind him now, so all the way basically down to the entire bottom of the field there, and Chief still doesn't pit.
And Yari not getting the run on Danny either, so nothing doing there, I don't think, unless he got close enough. He didn't quite get close enough.
Yeah, on Chief, but still doesn't make it stick, so Chief still holds on to it.
And oh, what happened to Yari? Yari making a mistake there at some point. He dropped behind Makenda. Didn't see what happened, but certainly he's lost that position, and he lost about a second as well. So Yari's struggling. Does Yari have damage?
I don't think so. Maybe he just made a small mistake into the S's, and it's easy to slide there for a bit, because seems to be able to follow Backender for now.
Yeah, he does, on those hard tyres. As Thayton on his debut gets another 3 seconds, unfortunately, so 6 for him now. And Likala, as Chief, takes a little bit of a defensive line there. Oh, as Tipsy hits the back as well of the Mercedes. And,
yeah, and it's a massive checkup at the back there. Like, the Chief is quite a bit slower than the rest of the field behind him right now on those old mediums. And I think Adetsi hit cursed a bit into the chicane, but I think, sorry, the hairpin, but no damage, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Seems to be just fine behind that Alpine. Now he's got all sorts of slipstream heading up towards 130R, and he's going to have a good look here down the inside, and he's going to make the stick, I think, as he's alongside, and then some more. Milosh going way off track there, but not able to fight that position, and Adesi's up to P9.
We get DRS enabled, but it's not going to happen for another lap. Likala actually pits. Did he get damaged there?
Yeah, he must have done. He must have done. No other reason to pit. He's on...
No.
He's on mediums that are... what? He was on mediums that were not very many laps older. Spinning out is Galileo. And into turn where he was just on the inside there was Galileo. And I think there was a little bit of contact between himself and whoever was just ahead of him, which might have been Tipsy. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Likala's pit stop was about, because they didn't change his front wing. So he only picked up another set of softs, which is a bit surprising.
Yeah, it is very surprising. I wouldn't have thought that would be the case, but maybe he wants to try an undercut in the event of another safety car.
And Adesi is now stuck in this Alfa Romeo, boys, and tries to send it on Tipsy, but Tipsy is a bit too old and experienced to fall for that one, so defense there.
Through 200R they go up front. It's pretty much as you were. Yari is closing on the back of Makenda, but not particularly quickly on those hard tyres, just struggling a little bit. And of course Makenda's going to have DRS here on Danny, so Yari's not going to have that advantage.
I wonder what Danny is actually going to do here, because he's he's sort of dropping, but I think he's still going to come out last when he pits, well, ahead of Likala, but that's not going to be much of a comfort for him.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. He's going to wait as long as he can, most likely, until the very last possible moment. He doesn't have a safety car. Adesi really struggling here because Tipsy's got DRS on Chief, and so no way through for Adesi on those fresh medium tyres. So it's another lap behind the Alfa Romeos for him.
Yeah, this is costing a lot of time for him, because he's now 4.5 seconds behind Copy, basically. And after this lap, it's going to be 5.5, I think. Oh! And what happened there? I'm not really sure. Was there contact, or why did Tipsy run wide there?
I don't know. I didn't see either. I switched the camera to well, actually, the left-hand side of the onboard was actually pretty good there, because it showed me Tipsy running off track. I didn't see whether there was contact.
Yeah, the TV cam was showing sort of a rear suspension for me, so I didn't see at all what happened there. But Tipsy ran wide anyway and ran off the track a little bit there, so he's lost a bunch of positions now.
Yeah, he
and also Adesi.
Yeah, Adesi losing, I think, 3 positions there, so he's back behind his teammate again. So work to do for Adesi, and the gap to the leader now for Adesi is 9 seconds or so. So he's 9 seconds behind Makenda and behind Yari as well.
And Ocean Chief is still holding P5.
Yeah,
Actually incredible that they just cannot pass him.
Yeah, it's Suzuka. It's probably second only to Monaco in terms of how difficult it is to pass this racetrack, in the F1 game at least. Not in real life, that's for sure. As Yari now... Oh, he's got Makenda and Danny, who are both battling in front into turn 1. And Danny manages to hold the position, so looks like another lap behind for Yari as Justin passes Chief into turn 1.
Yeah, just about. He actually ran a little bit wide there on the exit there, but manages to actually do it. So he's the first car to actually pass Chief in about 4 laps or something. So, yeah, Chief down to P6, and then it's actually Milos who is doing pretty well in P7 at the moment. So
yeah, he is. Thor is off the track again, unfortunately, in turn 4, so he's trying to recover. But yeah, Milos, well, Milos's name on Discord is Matthew Green fan number 1, I think. So we'll see if he can pass Matthew Green himself on track. Into the hairpin they go once again. Oh, as he opens the door for Crystals, and Crystals didn't have the momentum, unfortunately, for him to make anything stick there. This is a good little scrap.
Desi is now stuck behind these guys as well. I wonder if Desi has some sort of small damage, because he seems to be understeering quite a bit. I don't know, maybe not.
It's certainly possible. He's on those fresh medium tyres.
Could have been. There was a bit of a bump between him and Tipsy earlier, and is Crystal's gonna go for it? No.
He certainly thought about it. Oh, what's that? Oh, on contact between the two of them. Crystal, you can't push somebody through 130R. That doesn't work.
No,
that ends very badly.
That could have easily been the next safety car.
Yeah, it could, as the two medium runners both pit. So Danny and Chief deciding that now is the moment they have to pit, as Crystal's all over the back of Milos, and he's going to get the move done, I think, into turn 1. And Adesi's going to try and follow suit, but no room at the inn. So, oh, and Tipsy and Thetan battling as well through turns 1 and 2. Lots of action here. And Adesi will have to wait another lap. And Crystal's now maybe with a chance to stretch his leg. Adesi all over the back of Milos, but no room. Adesi's got nearly a full battery, but not using it into the Degners at least. As, oh, there was a mistake there from Kirst. So maybe now into the hairpin with the better tyres.
I think my game crashed or whatever happened.
Oh, no.
So
we have lost Iceland for the moment at least. So.
Can you hear me still?
Yep, or... I can hear you.
Okay, so I'm just gonna rejoin.
Yeah, cool. Do you need an invite to do that, or are you okay?
I think I might have one. Just
okay.
Give me a second here.
That's good.
Just restarting my game.
In the meantime, Adesi has passed Kirst. He made the move stick on the exit of the hairpin. And I think Yari here is going to retake the lead once he's passed Makenda. Just a little bit sideways there on the exit of the chicane. Does he have the battery to do this? Is he going to do this at all? Doesn't look like he's going to even try to do it. So Makenda will stay ahead, and I guess there's no rush for Yari, because there are still 8 laps to go at the end of this one.
Yeah, I should be back now. Yeah, I'm back, so we'll get back to it. What I was about to say before I crashed was that Danny dropped to 12th, and he was about 7 seconds. I'm not sure what the gap is right now because I can't see it, but I think he's gonna join this train soon enough.
And there's a furious battle here going on between the two McLarens and Thetan. They all managed to make it through. It was great racing. But Lavifa Sole is up to P9. And Adesi now back on the back of his teammate again, as we've lost Chief, I think that is. Yeah, who's gone around in turn 1.
It's a bit of a rare mistake from Chief to spin on his own, but yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't do that often. But on the fresh softs, I guess the fresh softs caught him out.
Yeah, I suppose so. So too much grip and maybe caught one of the curbs or something. So.
Yeah, Danny with 3 seconds of penalty, so Danny's race is falling apart very quickly.
Yeah, so I think it's safe to say that he's not going to win his 4th race of the season today.
Yeah,
unless something miraculous happens here.
This is some sort of very weird safety car. I don't know how that would particularly help him, though. So Yari again, just trying to get the traction down on the exit of the hairpin, and it's a real struggle for him to do it.
Should be able to get him now.
Probably. Makenda's, I think, going to try and cover the inside here. Yari around the outside into the first corner, still side by side. And he's going to try and hang it around the outside there. Makenda's going to close that off. Not as rude as he might have been there, Makenda, closing that one off. They're still side by side in the first part of the S's. Great racing between the two of them. Still there is Makenda, and eventually he has to yield into the left-hander. That was great stuff, and Yari takes the lead.
And both of them leaving space for each other, so great racing there. Yari takes the lead, and I think those hards at this point in the race are probably going to be pretty good as well. Let's see if Makenda can follow him.
Yeah, we know they're going to make it to the end of the race, and yeah, Yari now pretty much home free. He won't want to see another safety car between now and the end of the race. Adesi making his way up. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say as well. So Adesi is up to P5. I think I missed a couple of overtakes he's done, so he's next up to Justin. Yeah. Both on equal tires.
And Justin actually in a pretty good position here.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, they are on the same tyres as you mentioned, and he might be cruising up to the back of Makenda and Copy here, might Justin. But in the meantime,
and Justin actually 5 positions up from where he started, but he's, I think, about to lose 1 position here.
Yep, almost certainly. We'll see if he can get the run out of the chicane here at Desi, as Justin goes a little bit deep in the first part, which certainly won't help him. And yeah, this is going to be very straightforward for Adesi. He's got more than enough battery to do this. Fastest lap of the race as well.
Wow. Actually beat Danny's soft lap time there. But honestly, I think the softs were not that great for a race tire, so I'm not entirely surprised to see that. So, yeah.
As Danny passes Thayton,
yep,
gets himself back into the points, at least on paper.
And then he's got the McLaren duo Lavi Fasole also picks up 3 seconds, so Danny should be able to pick him up. I don't know. Let's see what happens there, because Galileo, Lavi Fasole on a little bit different aged tires. But Danny probably should be able to clear those guys. I would expect him to anyway.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
It's again.
Yeah, Thor putting on the softs to go to the end of the race, so he's in a decent position now to maybe have another go at the fastest lap. Here comes Danny on Lavi Fasole, who Lavi Fasole certainly quite fast. Maybe not quite as fast as Danny, and Danny's tires are just so much better.
Yeah, and Lavi Fasole has actually now lost DRS from Galileo, so this should be easy pickings for Danny, I think, on the main straight, unless he actually decides to go for it already here. He is.
Yep, using all of that battery. He doesn't have much left. He's got to be a little bit careful that Lavi Fasole doesn't get him back on the front straight, but he does get the move done into 130R and another fastest lap for Adesi, which Danny might break here. I don't know. He was caught up behind Lavi Fasole for a while. Danny does get the fastest lap, the 29.9.
Only a 10 still, so 30 flat for Adesi. So anyway, Danny steals it back, and he's actually effectively in P9 as well. With the 2 guys behind him have penalties as well.
Yep, 6 laps to go, including this one. So any 2-lap sprint fans, get your get your safety car dances out. And
oh god, hopefully not. I mean, I guess for somebody that would make like interesting viewing. I really hate them myself.
Here's interesting viewing. Chief trying to overtake Thor, but decides better of it into turn 1. So he'll stay behind for another lap.
Why is Chief behind Thor, actually? Did he make some sort of mistake?
Oh, did he just pass him? Yeah, maybe. Because Thor just came out of the pits.
Yeah, maybe they're just racing together, I don't know.
Makenda is staying with Yari here, but you have to imagine that actually trying to overtake Yari is going to be too difficult with the tyre difference.
Yeah, Yari's out of battery, and Makenda actually sets his personal best there. So could still be a race at the end, but I would be surprised if the mediums are better at the end of the race and on those hards, but I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought so. Danny on Galileo here. This is going to be straightforward. Down the inside into turn 1. So Danny makes up another position. He's up to P8.
Next car ahead is Cursed. 2.3, but then he has to clear him and drop him another 3 seconds. That's gonna be... Well, I think it's doable for Danny, but...
yeah, I think he's probably
have to work
alright,
for
and
it.
maybe even Crystals is in range. I don't think Justin will be in range, but...
yeah, Crystals, I think, is gonna be a bit of a tall order with the penalty that Danny has,
maybe
but
not with
let's
the
see.
penalty, yeah, maybe not with the penalty. A Desi closing, by the way, on Copy, so that might be a battle come the end of the race as well. Oh,
Yeah, I've been
Chief
looking
and
at that.
Thor
It's
again.
like half a second left. Oh.
So Chief back down the inside into turn 1. Caught the tail end of that. And we've lost Thor.
No, Thor.
So Thor couldn't
no.
Thor couldn't handle the pressure that Chief was putting on him, and around he goes in turn 3.
Yeah, McKendra right on the cusp of DRS there, but still gets it at least this lap. So I think those hards are definitely getting better for Jari.
Yeah, they certainly are. And Desi with a 30.4. Yeah, he gained 0.8 that lap on Copy. 4 to go, including this one. So he's going to be there or thereabouts.
Yeah, Desi is showing great pace actually on those a little bit fresher mediums. Yeah, I think it's actually going to be a race for the last podium position, because it's still, what is it, 3.5 laps to go?
Yeah, 3.5 laps to go, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And yeah, he's already got, 7/10 this lap as a Desi, so
and
certainly reeling Copy in.
And Danny struggling a little bit this lap. He didn't really catch Milos as quick as I would have expected him to, because he's still not in DRS range.
Yeah, I think he made a mistake at some point, because I think he was in DRS range earlier this lap.
Okay. Yeah, could have been. I just saw it's, well, he's back in now.
Yeah, he's also completely out of battery as Danny, so Milos is as well, but not going to be that easy for him to overtake.
Galileo seems to be able to follow Danny quite easily. Oh, at the moment, as I say, that's a commentator's curse if I ever saw one, and he's off the track. Let's see, Lavi Fasole, I think he's going to get him back, because he's, yeah, definitely he's going to get him back on the back straight here.
With better tyres as well, although with a penalty, so maybe Galileo can hang on. That was a good save, actually, from Galileo. He managed to get managed to keep it pointing in vaguely the right direction.
I think he's done a couple of really good saves today, but also one spin, I think, in turn 1, so tricky.
Yeah, absolutely. 2.3 the gap between Copy and Adesi, as Danny will get the overtake done here into turn 1 on Cursed, so he's up to P7. But it's 4.5 seconds up the road to Crystals, and that, I think, is going to be a tall order, given those softs now are going to be quite a bit slower than they were at the start of the stint.
And I really pray that this is not a commentator's curse, but Cursed is doing really well, I think, in P8. And he's, I think, 4 positions up. Okay, so he's done really well as well. Lavi Fasole up 7 positions from the start.
Yeah, he qualified at the back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Milos, if he keeps it in the right direction, he'll be looking good. And
into the pits again.
He might even be able to keep Danny in range here. Danny really struggling on those soft tyres. I wonder if he's having overheating issues. 3 seconds for Crystals. That might... well, no, it's not. That's not really going to make any difference, is it?
No, I don't think so.
Danny's not fast enough.
No, Danny, I think, has overcooked those softs maybe a little bit at this point, and it's just 2 laps to go across the line. So let's see. Cursed might even be able to hold on to P7 here.
Copy to Adesi is 1.5 seconds. Neither have any battery left with 2 to go. McKendra is also hanging on to the back of Jari here, but with those tyres, you have to think that Jari is probably pacing himself to some extent. Though neither have battery.
Quite surprised that because Jari was like a second up, but he seems to be getting like a little bit of trouble getting the power down in turn 1. And that's where...
Galileo goes around again. He just tagged his teammate there. They were fighting through turns 1 and 2, and that is unfortunately the end for Galileo, who was battling hard. Maybe when he didn't need to battle hard, because Lavi Fasole with the penalty. But around he goes, and that probably ends his chance of any points.
It's 6.8 and 6 seconds ahead So, yeah, let's see. I don't know. I think he's gonna struggle here with those tires, though. So.
Yep, I think so too. Adesi 7/10 away from Copy, but the problem is, even if he does get close enough, well, no, he might get close enough here. He's got a little bit of slipstream down the straight, and he's going to have
weaving as much as he can.
Yep, the old
Trying
draft
to break
snake.
that too.
Half a second is the gap. Is Adesi close enough? He doesn't have battery to close the gap. He's going to have to do it with DRS and what little slipstream there is. And I don't think he's quite close enough here. I think Copy might just hang on. Neither of them have any
battery. Exit out of the final corner, so it's not enough for Adesi. And yeah, let's see if we can find some way past through the rest of the lap, but I don't think so.
21 laps on those mediums for both Makenda and Copy, and also Cursed. So we'll see if they are able to hang on. I suspect they will be fine. But Adesi now...
I think so, with the 2 safety cars.
Yeah. Copy's just got to hang on as best as he can. He can't get a penalty either. I don't know if he's got any warnings. Copy doesn't usually get warnings.
I'll take a look quickly, but there's 1 warning on Copy.
Okay, so Copy's probably okay. He's got a warning to give if he needs it. Down the back straight is maybe where he can make the difference, and they both have exactly the same battery.
Copy runs a little bit wide and spoon, so this might be Adesi's only chance to strike here.
He got the exit, though. I think it was a good line from Copy, because he got the exit. Oh dear. On the inside into 130
no.
not quite enough. I think Copy might have saved a bit of battery there and used it. He's going to try and switch back to the inside and send one down the inside here into the chicane. They're still side by side. Good racing room given by both, but it looks like... Oh no, Copy! Copy into the wall! And did he survive? He needs to turn the car around as quickly as he can. Oh man. It looked like really good racing between the two of them. Copy will cross the line, and he will. Will he get crystals or not with the 3 seconds? Maybe. He does just barely get P5. But that is
Cursed up to P5.
a disaster. Cursed up to P5 with no penalty. So good stuff from Cursed.
And I didn't really, the camera angle was once again horrendous for me, so I didn't exactly see what happened there, but I think Copy might have just got sort of a wheel spin on the outside there. Yeah. I don't know if there was contact. It didn't look like it to me, but the angle was really bad for me. Yeah,
I didn't see either. He might have hit the side of Adesi, but from what I could see, Adesi didn't do anything wrong. He was.
Yeah, it didn't look like it.
He had plenty of entitlement to be there on the outside, unless he got a bit loose on throttle and swept left. I don't know, just swiped left as it were. But
yeah, Galileo actually does get that P10, by the way.
Oh, he does.
0.295.
Yeah. So good stuff from him. Danny ends up P8. Are we sure that's right for Cursed, by the way? Because that doesn't seem to make sense, because he wasn't... Like, Copy didn't have any penalties, did he? And he crossed the line ahead of him? Or am I wrong?
Yeah, I'm not actually sure. We might have to check that again. Did Cursed disconnect at some point in the race? I'm not entirely sure.
I'm trying to think. I don't remember him disconnecting, but I don't think he's in the right... I have a feeling he's P7, but I'm not completely sure. We'll have to check.
Yeah, I think so. We'll have to check that back. So I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but anyway... Good race from Cursed anyway, I think, even if he's in P7.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He drove a fantastic race. And there is your winner. Yari wins from Makenda and Adesi. It wasn't straightforward for him, though. Makenda keeping up right to the very end, and Adesi having to make his way past Copy on the last lap, and unfortunately Copy ended up in the wall.
Yeah, we'll have to look back at that. It looked like racing incident to me, but we'll see, I guess so.
Yeah, and Justin played the strategy right. Ended up P4. It was a good drive from him, and we think Copy is P5, Crystal's P6, Cursed P7, but we're not completely sure about that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to recheck that. But who do we think for driver of the day here?
Yeah, good question.
Actually, because I'm sort of a fanboy of, Milos, but
we want to give him driver of the day. Yeah, let's give Milos driver of the day. I think it was a solid drive.
Fair. No penalties. He came from P12 to P7 or P5, whatever it was at the end. But good drive from him, I think.
Yeah. So we've seen Miloš in the past. Sort of
Cursed
be very
7.0.
fast. Yeah, be very fast indeed, but not manage. What button have I hit there? Did I hit them? Yeah, I did. All right. So that was the Suzuka race. Let's have a couple of interviews then before we leave you to your Saturday evenings.
Yeah, let's keep them short enough, I think. So.
Yeah. We'll see who wants to talk to us off the back of that one. Let me see if I can get back into Discord. There we go. And why is my mouse wheel not working properly? Oh, we got so many people in interviews. Let's bring in, first of all, then let's bring in our driver of the day. How was that, Miloš? You ended up we don't actually. Did you end up P7? Is that right?
I was in P5, but I think I was supposed to be in P7.
Yeah. We thought so too. So we weren't completely sure, but yeah, P7 in that field is pretty good. How did you find it?
Yeah, pretty good. I think I did basically the most I could in quali. If I did my PB, I would have been P9, or I would have been like a position ahead, so made no difference at all. I went for the softs because I was like, well, there's definitely going to be a safety car, and there was.
Yep.
So strategy sense paid off. I was tempted to underfuel by a lap as well, but I was like, let's not do that.
Yeah, it's always dangerous because, like, just in case.
Yeah, I got really lucky with that safety car too because I got a drive-through because I was desynced as hell.
Oh yeah. What happened at the start? Because you like didn't get away.
Yeah.
So on my screen everyone went, but the lights were still red for me. So and I just went when everyone else went, and I got a drive-through anyway. So
yeah, that's really unfortunate because there's not much to be done about that. But thankfully, I mean that's one good thing about the safety car. I guess it saved the day for you there.
For the well-deserved driver of the day, what can I say?
Considering all of that, I think that was about the. Well, I don't even want to say because that's not really your mistake, is it? So you didn't really do any mistakes today, I don't think.
On paper, I mean, I was pretty happy in my race. I was happy with the pace. I was happy with how I drove. So in general, very happy with how the race went.
Yeah. So I mean, are we going to see you more in more of these races? How many races have you done this week? Is it 3?
I did 2S Tier 2. I did SLR Tier 4 and 3, and I did Tier 1 now, and I'm probably going to do Tier 1 2S tomorrow as well.
Nice. So dank 5 races this week for all those 2S cursed fans out there like Vito who's in chat. So yeah, I mean,
it's like the Max Verstappen of F1 game. What can I say?
Is this a one-off then, or are we going to see you next week as well?
I think I'll do USA as well. I'll see how I'm enjoying it. I came back last season or the last game in USA as well, and I did. It was all right. So I think I will.
All right. Well, that's good to hear. And well done. And we'll hopefully then speak to you after another driver of the day next week.
For sure.
All right.
Thank you, man.
Cheers, Miloš. That was Miloš Martika, and an excellent drive from him. Shall we talk to our race winner, who he's no Miloš Martika, but he's back in SLR Tier 1, and hitting. Yeah, I mean that was just a fantastic performance. Jari, how was it for you?
Welcome back, guys. Fun with League Racing. It was a long time offline or not playing and enjoying F1 anymore. But I'm going back a little, and this race was really intense for me, to be honest.
Yeah. So have you not been racing at all in the meantime? You've been doing other stuff.
A little bit like 5 laps or something, but not really practicing or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or driving time trials, such or those things. But I'm enjoying it now, and it was really tough on the hards, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But after the safety car, I tried 2 times by Danny, but he defended clearly, and I think the mediums maybe were a little bit better at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
But after that I overtook McKenna. I got in a rhythm, and
that battle with McKenna was maybe the best battle we've seen all year. Just like the two of you just side by side for 5 or 6 corners there. That looked fantastic. Was it as good as it looked?
Yeah, it felt really good. In 5 lappers like what I did. Before this, people didn't or don't give room, and now it was
Yep.
fair and clean, so that's pretty nice. And yeah, the whole time he was in the second, so I was a little bit scared that he would got me in the last lap, but I think his tires were also a little bit done, so yeah, the win was there for me.
Yeah,
And a
because
good return to this.
yeah, absolutely, and yeah, a big welcome back. We're very, very glad to have you back. But yeah, the mediums were, I mean, there were 22 laps on the mediums or something like that, and they seemed fine. Is that something that maybe, like, if you do that race again, you'd have put mediums on, or were you okay with the hards?
Yeah, I was with 8 and Crystals in call, and they said, yeah, pit with a second safety car. And yeah,
Mhm.
8 was pretty fast. He could have won the race. I can say he was really fast on the softs. I didn't do anything about race practice or something, so it was really difficult for me to get the car under control. But yeah, I choose to stay outside for track position, and he boxed and he had to make moves in the field. So that was a little bit 50-50 for me also. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Suzuka, so really difficult to pass in F1 game here. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
there. That's the reason also for me. But yeah, if I would done the mediums, I don't know really. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
50-50 what I said.
Well, are we going to see you next week for Kota? Are you
For sure.
nice? Well, like I said, we're really glad to have you back. It's really good, and well done on the race. We'll speak to you next week.
Yeah,
You
thanks,
should
guys.
you should get Jensen to drive as well.
Yeah, really.
I want to see him on track.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, me too.
But, yeah, bye bye, guys.
All right, cheers, Yari. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
All right, should we call it there? Or should we talk to somebody else? We got about 4 or 5 people in.
We can take like one more maybe. I think we'll leave it at that. So
All right.
who would it be?
I'll let you make the decision as to who we talk to.
Who did we not talk to yet? Do we want to talk to Tipsy? It's gonna be a long one. Let's just give Tipsy a go here. So,
Okay, we'll give Tipsy a go. We'll let him talk in the post race interviews. He doesn't normally get to, so you know it's.
What do you mean you give me a go? What's that?
How was your
Right,
race, Tipsy?
yeah.
It looked like a fun one.
Right. Well, that was the most fun Japan race of the week.
I'm off to make a cup of coffee, by the way. I'll be back in 15 minutes or so.
Okay. No, it won't take long. So the practice in the other reserve races did help because I was really struggling, and I still was struggling today in Japan because the curbs are killer. But yeah, I started off really great with Kirst's desynced car and the formation lap murdering me.
that's what happened.
That was what
Okay.
happened. We wondered.
Yeah, so his car was in the chicane. I was really far back, and then his car stopped dead. So then I tried to avoid it, went round the corner, and then I just got spun. So it's just desync, Anyway, I got away okay. Then the only other incident I think Galileo was maybe going for a move on me. Into turn one, I give him space in the first section of it, but I don't know whether it was a bit my contact or his, but I seen he ended up getting spun there, so we don't know what happened there. And then on the final thing was Chief, the roadblock of Chief. I was like squealing, "Please let me pass, Chief, let me go," because I had like an army of people behind me, and yeah, I don't know if you got it at the stream, but I don't know what happened with Desi, but Desi tapped me or gave me a good shunt at the back. He shafted me up the rear. Anyway, he sent me off in the S's, and then I lost like 4 or 5 places. And then by that stage, lads, you know what it's like in Tier 1. If you lose any ground at all, it's really difficult to claw it back. So I think I was definitely on for good points today. But alas, that's just the way it is. That's my race.
Yeah, we wondered what happened because we only caught the back end of the Adesi incident, so we wondered if he hit you or if you ran wide by yourself. But yeah, it sounds like he just got a little bit too close.
Yeah, because he must have got like front wing damage or something because I think he had a pit maybe, or I'm not sure, but he dropped off. Well,
yeah, No,
You know,
he
so-
yeah, he did. He lost a bunch of places.
Yeah, I have posted in the general. I mean, it happens. I mean, I'm not going to report it like it's these things happen, you know. But yeah, that's it really, short and
Alright.
sweet.
Well, yeah, that's. I didn't even have time to make my coffee. It's.
Oh, I can talk
coffee.
on more if you want there. Like seriously, I haven't even spoke to Icewind yet.
Well, you guys defended quite nice at the beginning of the race with Chief. Like you sort of defended for him, I think. So that was sort of Chief was a bit of a roadblock at I think after the first safety car there. So
Yeah, man. I mean, I didn't think Chief would have fought too hard, but you know, I know what Chief's like. He'll just set his ground. He'll maybe not defend too hard, but he will set his ground. And when you get people like that, the drive like that in a track like Suzuka, it's really difficult to pass because you're kind of just dependent on obviously the main DRS straight. Nobody wants to pass on the back straight because you're just giving the other guy the DRS. The intelligent move, as they say. That's a bit of a suggestion, something earlier. But yeah, so I was catching Chief really fast. And normally, if I was a reserve, I wouldn't have fought too hard. But because I'm going for points, yes, I was fighting my position, holding these guys off. Not really holding them off as such. I'm just trying to keep as many points positions as I can. Desperate for either, not for Chief to move over because it would have been very difficult for him to do that because there was a train behind him at that stage. So if he tries to let his teammate pass, then Adesi and Kirsten, Alex, and everyone's just going to flow past him. So he did exactly what he's supposed to do. It was just an unfortunate sequence of events, and that's the nature of Suzuka.
Yeah, it certainly is. There's not much room out there, so this sort of incidents can happen.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with Galileo. Maybe have we chat with him, or if he wants to see report something. I'm not sure.
I think he had sort of two incidents in turn one. I think the first one, at least, not sure was it with you or not, but he just caught the inside curb and sort of.
Oh, was that it?
Lost grip there. At least once was like that, and I think they had another one in turn one, but I'm not sure which one it was. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe have we look.
Yeah, he had one with Levi Fasole in turn one, and yeah, that was the last couple of laps. So yeah. But yeah, well done, and yeah, we'll see you hopefully in Kota.
Certainly, and you'll see me in the Rocket League channel, and you'll see me in Deep Rock and Stone Tower and all that stuff. Yep.
Rock and Stone. Yeah, we'll certainly play that.
All right, lads. There's quite a few lads to get through here, so I'll pop out.
Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Chief. Bye bye. All right. Having said that, should we wrap it up?
I think so. It's I'm a little bit pressed for time here as well, so I think.
I've got to talk to folks at just before 7. I'm supposed to, which is very soon indeed. So yeah, I think we'll call it there. Apologies to those people we haven't interviewed. But yeah, that was Suzuka race. It was Yari's back on track. Icewind's back in the commentary box. It's everything you could ask for of a tier 1 broadcast. So join us.
I think I would still. I definitely think this sort of just lending Timo's borrowing. What is the word?
Yeah. It's sort of holding his seat
chair.
for him while
holding his seat for a bit. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, peeing in his seat as Jensen Button did.
Okay, maybe that.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got 2S tomorrow, obviously. So as Milosh mentioned, he'll be racing in that one. So join the 2S boys for that over on their channel. Here in SLR, we've got Tier 4 on Wednesday at Kota, and then the usual stuff next week as well. But from me and Icewind, thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next time.